Good morning. Good morning, and welcome to Monday Marketing with Suzanne. This is the first week in a new series, which is called What to Prioritize When You Don't Have Enough Clients. I'm Suzanne Moore, and I help independent entrepreneurial women focus on the 2 to 3 things they really need to focus on in order to bring revenue into their business instead of feeling like they are playing a game of whack-a-mole with their to-do list. So, if you are here, I'd love for you to let me know, say hello in the chat, whether you are here live or whether you are joining me on the recording. So this week I'm going to cover a few things about our ideal client because even though everyone knows this is something that we really need to focus on, I still find that most people, when they come to me, are struggling on some level with it, right? And I did for years myself. So first we want to talk about why it's important to get really clear on our ideal client. So no matter where you are trying to market, no matter where you're trying to market, you are in a crowded marketplace. Whether you are online marketing, whether you are in a networking group, whether you are at a large networking, connection opportunity, it is always a crowded marketplace. And the likelihood is that what you do is not so very different from a lot of other people, right? You may call yourself something different, you may have a slightly different approach, but from the outside looking in, people will kind of put you in a box, right? And say, oh, she does that. So you need to figure out how to make yourself stand out. And the way we do that is to really get in touch with who our ideal client is and to speak very clearly to him or her. So how to do that? What we want to do is we want to speak to their heart. We want to speak to what's going on inside of them, what's going on in their head, what causes them stress, what is keeping them in a place that they just don't feel like they can progress, right? With whatever it is that you serve people with. So we want to understand what's going on in their heart and in their head. And then we want to speak directly to those struggles. Now, that doesn't mean that we want to be fear mongers, right? But what we want to do is say, listen, I know where you are. I feel where you are. Maybe I've been there too. Maybe I've worked with dozens of clients that have had the same experience and I've helped them through it. And let me show you the way. And then we want to talk to the place where they want to be, right? Maybe they are very, very heavy and they want to lose weight. Maybe they are struggling to make their business run. Maybe they've started a restaurant and they don't know how to get people in the door. Whatever it is, you want to speak very specifically and very directly to that individual, right? And when you do that, you typically will have much better results because even though you might be one of many people who do what you do, the language that you've used will show the person who is your ideal client that you are the one who's going to make the difference for them, right? Now, I will tell you, people come to me and they say, Suzanne, I feel like I'm already doing this, right? I feel like I know who this person is, I'm speaking to their concerns, and the clients just aren't coming. So the reality is that there can be a lot of different things wrong with your approach, and I can't diagnose what it is right here because I don't know you and I don't know who your ideal client is, right? Some of the things that I see on a regular basis is that as much as we think we're clear on who our ideal client is, we're still being way too general. So that's number one. Number two, we might think that the language we're using to speak to that person is very, very clear. But even though we know who she really is, we know everything about her, we're just not picking out the right words, the right phrases, or the right concerns or the right outcomes that she is struggling with most or fearful of most or concerned with most, right? Um, and I've seen this happen. I had a strategy call with someone recently, and she told me who her target audience was. The girl is doing everything right, except that her target audience was just a little bit off, right? Just a little bit off. And I was like, you can speak to that audience all day long, but what you are selling is not what their brain is thinking they need right now. So, you're going to struggle if you continue to focus on that target audience. And she couldn't see that until we spoke about it. She just hadn't seen it at all. So, it can be a lot of different things. It can be a lot of different reasons. And in the coming weeks, we're going to talk about a lot of different ways, things that you need to be focusing on in order to improve your client roster. But your ideal client is fundamental to all of them. So if you are still struggling with your ideal client, I encourage you to take another look at all of the language you are using, at the way you are presenting yourself. And if you would like, I'd be happy to have a free strategy call with you. You can schedule that at schedulewithsuzanne.as.me. Again, schedulewithsuzanne.as.me. So I hope that I will connect with you soon if you could use support. And I hope this has been really helpful to you. Have a happy week, have a happy Monday, and I will see you next week.